Michael!
Welcome, everybody. This is the Movie Busters, episode 39. Halloween franchise yet again. Retcon sequels and remakes. All the good stuff about a franchise, right? Everybody loves retconning and remakes.
Oh man, they're great. They're
Yeah.
the best.
Uh-huh.
Who could forget Ghostbusters Answer the Call?
I think we broke Rob a little bit.
I think he's still recovering from Halloween Ends.
Where's the schoolhouse?
Oh my God, he was like fucking like.
That was last stream.
I wanted to recap.
Okay.
Yeah, continuity.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Of course, you already know me. I'm Alex, aka Alex 3.0, and I'm joined by Rob and Dan, aka Rocky Ball 101, and
I love this
Movie Movie Massacre, yeah. aka the biggest Black Adam fans ever.
No, this is the fan. That's why I'm wearing this
Yeah.
for this stream.
Is that Shazam?
Superman.
What is it? This is a symbol of hope, bitch.
S.
It's not an S, Alex.
It is in this world.
Shut up, Lois.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Learn the alphabet, dumb shit.
That's an S, bitch.
Yeah, and of course, I'm also joined by Thomas, aka HorrorFan34, aka
Oh man.
Philly Boy.
One game away from the World Series, bitches.
Girl. Yeah, he's gonna brag about that all year.
I mean, who would have fucking thought, like, with the way they were this year?
Sports are unpredictable. I always tell you
Let's
that.
go back to the beginning of the season and put some money on the Cubbies.
What is
Ah!
I said I wish I could go
I'm
back.
just saying that, like, who would have thought?
You need the sports almanac.
Teeth in your mouth. Oh.
All right, let's get to it. Last
Hey,
movie.
Forka.
Hey, Fork. Hey,
Forka,
movie company,
yes.
aka
Or movie. I keep saying Forka.
it's Forka,
Sorry.
aka movie
He's always,
junkie.
he's always gonna be
Get his
known as
name right.
Forka.
It ain't that no more.
Movie
No.
junkie.
Move on.
No, yeah. All right. Last Halloween movie we talked about was Christian Michael Myers. That movie did not do that well when it came out. So they decided to go in a different direction with the franchise yet again, and that was retconning all those sequels after Part 2. And we got Jamie Lee Curtis coming back as Laurie Strode, aka Carrie Tate. And we got all these young new hip actors as well. Josh Hartnett in his first movie, yeah, LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, this was Josh Hartnett's first movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did this
That's
right
right.
before the faculty. Yeah, and Michelle Williams from Dawson's Creek.
And also Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Yeah, he had a little small
in
role.
the very beginning. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
But this was when he was just known for Angels in the Outfield.
Oh
I
Blake,
love that
I love
movie,
you,
by the way.
Blake. Why don't you use your real name? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
Watch
name-
our Dark Knight Trilogy show.
It's a name on his bag.
Yeah.
He was a part of the Graysons. That's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
That's fucking stupid.
And this one was directed by Steve Miner, who directed Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3.
Yes.
And then the year after this would do Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then
So-
the very shitty day.
yeah, they always bring up that one.
fucking
What
vegetarian
were you gonna bring up?
zombies.
He always
What-
got to bring up the Day of the Dead remake.
Fucking
Yeah,
vegetarian
you mean
zombies.
from 2008, the with Nick Cannon?
Yeah, with fucking
Was Nick
vegetarian
Cannon?
zombies.
Was
Nick Cannon was in it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, Mina Savari and Ving Rhames. were in
Welcome
it.
to Wild and Out. I'm Wild and Out.
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
All right. I should have talked to you guys earlier about like who wants to start what movie first. So I'll just call dibs and I'll go first on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Fine.
Okay. So who wants to take this one first? H2O water. No,
I think
no,
Dan
that's-
should. I think Dan should because he had the screener copy that he showed it to me.
Okay. Dan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fine.
All
Go
right,
first.
God damn it.
go first.
Howling water. Well,
That's what I
Halloween
first thought
water.
when they said H2O. I was like, really?
yeah. So yeah, this movie came out 3 years after The Curse of Michael Myers, and this was a great movie, and it still is, in my opinion. I can specifically remember sitting in the theater at a packed theater.
Yeah, that was. Don't you think that was one of the best movie experiences?
Oh yeah, because
I'm not talking about the ending. I'm talking about all the way through.
Right,
you had people being like, "Oh no, don't go in there,"
right,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know those people.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't want to. We all have seen the movie, obviously, but this was a great film. It really was. Like, it actually felt like a not just a slasher flick. I felt it actually had like a good plot. The character, Laurie Strode's character, I felt was handled very well. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was amazing in it, and a lot of people I know give crap. I guess I just heard this. They get crap because it feels like a 90s, like the movie Scream.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it does have a slightly 90s feel, but I never really thought it felt like Scream. In fact, the music in the movie is kind of a 90s type feel music, but I really like the soundtrack.
Well, they use the same theme in this as in Scream too.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Oh,
yeah.
If you know, I mean,
one of the themes that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that could be a comparison on why they think that.
I see. Okay. Michael Myers in this movie was great. He felt like the same Michael from Halloween 1 and 2, in my opinion. Like, I really got the sense that this is the same Michael Myers. And I like how he, even though, since Halloween 2, we've already seen him, he's not really killable in the normal sense. He still can be injured and whatnot. And I just like how he felt more on the human side, even though we know he's more than that. I like he wasn't just like, he'd get hit with a weapon and like just keep moving, he would react. And the ending was such a shock. I just remember when he cut the head cut off, like the whole crowd and everyone was just like, "What?" Like no one really saw that coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, I think this movie's great. And I guess one nitpick is because when they were filming the film, they didn't know what mask was gonna work the best. So there's a lot of different masks used in this movie. If you look closely.
You can tell too.
Yeah.
Especially the part where he's looking at her through the window. That mask looks totally different.
Yeah, and the mask where he falls from the balcony onto the table, that one's definitely different.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really you can see Michael's eyes a lot of times. I'm not sure if they've done that before. Well,
not like that.
Actual eyes.
Not like that.
They don't do a close up of his eyes, I don't think, at all. Well,
no, there's times where it's not close up. I mean, like even where the camera's right here, it's like you can see his eyeballs. Where usually it's in the dark.
Well, the perfect example of that is Halloween 2, because when he first pops up and kills that girl,
right,
you can see his eyes.
Okay.
But other than that,
it's really quick. Yeah.
Other than that, when he pops into the room to try to kill Laurie and she shoots him, you can't see his eyes. Right. It's blackness. There's nothing there.
And in Halloween 1, do we see his eyes? I don't.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, other than being unmasked, no.
Okay, right. So yeah, I feel like
well, wait. The perfect example of Halloween 1 is when he strangles PJ Souls after he takes the
that's a really close up
the sheet off and he gets the phone. You can't see his eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt. I mean, and this is like after multiple viewings. I mean, when I first watched this movie, this was nothing that I would have ever even brought up.
Right.
It's something when you've seen it so many times, you notice the little things. But anyway, yeah, that's all I really have to say about this one. It's great. It was a great film. I gave it. Well, here I'll wait till the end.
Okay. Rob, your thoughts?
Okay. Really quick, I agree with everything he said. It was a shocking ending. It was a great movie all throughout. I think they did it right here. I like the mystery of Laurie. I think they did everything right as far as she went through trauma. She's an alcoholic. She's taking pills. She's having nightmares. She moved from the town and changed her name, even though at the end of Halloween 2, it's like, he would have been presumed dead. But it's like
never found his body.
He never found his body. Yeah.
So as I said in the beginning.
So the thing is that kind of alerted her to get out of there. But I think it's so smart that she's still dealing with all this after what happened. I think it was smart to continue this after the second movie and not the first movie. Hello, 2018. But I think it was smart to do it that way. I like the brother and sister dynamic. I think it works. I think it gives him a motivation to go travel to go wherever she is. It doesn't take place in Haddonfield, which is a nice change because we've seen all that all the time. It does retcon, the Jamie storyline, which is kind of a disappointment, but
Well, considering the mess they made with Halloween 5 and 6, I can.
right. So, like, all in all, like, I think it's a lot of fun. I like the kills. I think the characters are fine. And, Michael, like he said, Michael, the way he walks and he stalks people just reminds me of what he did in the first movie. Like the way he acted. It was good. And there are a few surprises, a few things that happen to certain characters where you think they're dead or you think they're going to die, and turns out to be the opposite. But yeah,
are you talking about the bathroom scene?
Well, there's that, and then a character that that is in the film that you think is dead,
right?
And then they're not. But yeah, dude, like H2O, like, man, I will always defend this film. It's really high up on my list. I love it so much. And I know there are haters of it, but I'm sorry. Jamie Lee Curtis, even, I mean, we'll get to this. I have a lot to say when it comes to the new trilogy, but the thing is, like, I think she did her best here.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as acting and as far as her character extension, I think this was the way to do it. I'm sorry, there's more of a connection here. So and I love how they have the nurse in this from the first
in the opening,
where and Michael tries to find information, and again we have stealth Michael, like smart Mike. He's smart in this movie. It's like he's really smart. So yeah, like, all in all, like, I give this movie a really high rating. I think it still holds up today. Whether it connects to Scream or if it's like Scream or not, I don't care about that.
Okay.
So,
it's so weird that you guys brought that up because, like, I had no idea.
It's just the generation. It's when it.
I'll bring it up. I understand why people compare it, but the comparison is weird to me at the same time.
It is weird, yeah. I don't think it justifies it, but whatever. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Okay, Thomas, what's your thoughts on water?
Halloween water.
Gatorade.
With that, I love.
Which came out the same year, actually. Waterboy and H2O came out the same year.
Which I love Halloween water. But okay, all jokes aside, though, still to me,
flavor, baby.
This is really still the true ending of Halloween to me. This is still.
I agree. Yeah.
This is still to me the true ending, and I think this is where the franchise should have ended, because with the way that they wrapped up the new trilogy and everything, we'll get to that when we do the next episode and everything, when we discuss that more. But this movie is fantastic, and I think I said this before. I think in like the previous episode, where you can literally watch the original part 2 and this film, and that'd be the perfect trilogy to watch. Like, that is a great it's a much better trilogy to watch than the new trilogy we got from Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Easily. I think Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job in this. I think there's more to her character than it really is in the new Blumhouse trilogy. She has more to do. There is much more, and it's just much more satisfying compared to the new Blumhouse trilogy. Is like, and like you guys said, I like stealthy Michael Myers, and I think Chris Durant did a great job as Michael. I probably think he's probably the most underrated Michael Myers, or one of the more underrated Michael Myers. I think Chris Durant did a great job. And I like the new addition of the cast. Like, I like Josh Hartnett, LL Cool J, Michelle Williams. I think it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the very beginning. and overall, I think Steve Miner honestly, I mean, I'd probably say this is my favorite film that Steve Miner directed. I think this is just because I think this was such a great ending to the era of Michael Myers, and and just the way it ends, like where he chops where his head gets chopped off, and but of course the fucking resurrection, they retcon
We'll get
that
to that.
in a
We'll get
stupid
to
way.
Yeah, we'll get to
But yeah, like I love the musical score. Who did the musical score in this?
The score was John Ottman.
John Ottman, yeah.
John
But
Ottman.
they
Yeah.
replaced a lot, but they replaced a lot of his music with Marco Beltrami, and that's
So
where
I
you
say
get the.
John Ottman's the same
But
guy.
no, I know, but but they replaced a lot of his music with Marco Beltrami, who
Scream.
did Screaming. That's where you get the Scream comparison.
Yeah.
And then wasn't it true that like Kevin Williams had some rewrites to this?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
So that's why people always get like the vibe that it
Right.
feels like a Scream movie.
A
Because
a little bit of the dialogue, I can see some Kevin Williamson in there, but not that much.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's
Just
not.
a little bit.
I mean, it's not a full-fledged Scream. I mean, it's not like
Not
full-fledged.
really.
Most of the
Scream one and
dialogue
two.
is with the teenagers,
Right.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
of it, you know.
where you can notice it. So
Exactly. Because you figure this was a couple of years before Scream 3, and this was right after Scream 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Back-to-back years.
Yeah, that's when Kevin Williamson was like doing a lot of projects.
And overall, this is just a great movie. I mean, I don't know what else more I could say about the film that hasn't been said before. I mean, it's the perfect ending to Michael Myers, and this is honestly where it should have ended. I mean, granted, like I love what they did with the Blumhouse trilogy with the first Halloween 2018, but the way they wrapped up everything was so piss poor, and it just kind of made me like want to rewatch the original part 2 and then this again, just to really show like what the real ending of Halloween is. And this is a great ending to the era of Michael. That whole finale, that end fight between Laurie and Michael is 10 times better than anything that was the end fight of Halloween Ends.
yes,
Easily without a doubt.
yes.
Because I thought Halloween Ends was so fucking lame and anti.
We'll get to Halloween Ends eventually, though.
Yeah,
let's not too much about that.
Very anticlimactic the way that Halloween Ends, like the finale is for that. This, though, on the other hand, does not make you go home like empty-handed. Like this is a great finale. Michael getting his head chopped off, and just that right there, it's like, you know what? That's the end of it. Michael's dead. She's her storyline's over. Let's just end it right here. And overall, I love this film. I probably say it's definitely one of my favorites of the franchise. I probably say it's my third favorite of the franchise.
Well, you don't want to give away your ranking yet.
I mean, it's definitely my top 5 of the franchise. Without a doubt.
There's something I forgot to say. What I love too, really quick, is the transition between how Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm saying, Laurie Strode in this movie is scared, and she's still having nightmares and all that. I love the transition, how she faces her fear. She faces it. She's not sitting there preparing for Michael so much, but she's seeing him and she's still traumatized by it. And then she's scared, but then she decides, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna face him. Because that's the only way she's gonna conquer it. That to me sends a bigger message than her fucking waiting 40 years at being Sarah Connor and trying to, fend off Michael that way. There's nothing. I just don't see how that connects anything. We'll get to that, but I'm just saying, like, there's a message here. Like face your fears. You can't run away from your problems, and that's proof. She tried to run away, and look,
and he came after her.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool. Thomas, you done?
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I got to say about H2O. I love the film very much.
All right. Yeah, I love the movie too. It's still one of my favorites, and I'm not gonna say what ranking yet, but I love it ever since I first saw it, because this was one of the first ones I saw after Curse. It was Curse, and then this one. And the whole retconning thing, I didn't know about, obviously, but it didn't bother me. I mean, I was like, it still doesn't bother me really. I understand why they did it.
I don't think the storyline was that strong.
They wanted they wanted Jamie Lee Curtis back, and she wanted to
Yeah.
come back. So like the only way to have it make sense is to you gotta ignore 4, 5, 6.
They knew that storyline would be stronger than
Right.
Film like a deleted scene though, where they try to kind of they give you a little bit of information about that. I'm almost certain there's a deleted scene.
There was a scene in one of the drafts that
it
didn't mention
wasn't
Jamie Lloyd and the murders or what happened in 4, 5, and 6, but they never filmed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like the whole retconning thing.
Even though the retcon didn't bother me.
No, the retconning thing actually was very last minute. It was I don't know who made that final decision to actually retcon 4, 5, and 6, but they Kevin Williamson's script acknowledged 4, 5, and 6. From what I read.
I would have been okay if they would have continued after 4. I mean,
because you said like, oh, just going off with the theatrical cut of Curse of Michael Myers. Oh, he killed all the Thorn members. That's done with. He's on his own now.
I think it would have been interesting if they continued after 4 and had Daniel Harris in it.
Right, but
that would have been interesting.
But they went with Josh Hartnett instead.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't mind Josh.
And
30 Days of Night is probably my favorite Josh Hartnett film.
You know, when you mentioned haters, like I always see comments like, "Oh, I hate his hair in the movie," and like people don't even know why.
Well, LL Cool J makes fun of these, like comb your hair.
Yeah, like it was like that was like a thing Josh Hartnett did because he said like, oh well, he didn't like the fact that they always try and make him look like a model, whatever. So he wanted to make him more grungy a bit.
Yeah, just like in
more
the real. He looks the same in the fact.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I see.
It's like, God.
Yeah. Because I liked. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, I agree with you guys when you say Jamie Lee Curtis is like your best performance as Laurie Strode. There's always like my favorite performance from her.
Yeah,
that character.
Yeah, that scene between her and Alan Arkin, right?
Alan Arkin.
Yeah,
he's telling the story. That gives me like goosebumps. I don't know why. It just.
Oh, he was really good.
He's like, oh, that's sucky.
Yeah, like I really like Alan Arkin in the movie too.
Yeah,
like they really have a good dynamic.
Yeah,
together.
Oh yeah, her and Adam Arkin. Yeah.
Is it Adam?
Yeah, it's Adam Arkin.
Or is it Alan Arkin?
No, Alan Arkin is it. The older guy.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Adam Arkin.
Love Adam.
Yeah, like and I like the story of like, oh, she went to hiding out, after 20 years, and now he's looking for her. Like that makes kind of sense, you know. Like why was she still living in Haddonfield? You know, it really traumatized her.
Exactly.
I think that makes sense, and having her start a new life. And I liked how like, even though she's traumatized and everything, she still like had a successful career. Like she has this private school she owns, which is pretty cool. Like that's like, I guess that's what makes it kind of 90s. Like, oh, the whole private school and all these teens and all that, and like the whole Scream comparison. Like the only reason people bring up Scream, is because the score is, you know, they use some of the same tracks as Scream.
That's crazy. I know that.
Yeah. So it was weird when I finally saw Scream. I was like, wait a minute, this is just the music from H2O, not knowing that Scream came out first. And I guess the fact that Kevin Williamson was involved and it was the same studio. Like, other than that, there's no other. They don't talk like the characters from Scream like that. They don't talk about horror movies like that. They're not meta.
No,
they're not. Yeah, they're not all meta. And
hey,
like
Sean Digital.
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Hey, Sean.
Oh, this game already started already? Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it's on right now.
All right. Yeah, and so like that comparison doesn't, like, I can see where it's coming from, but at the same time, like the actual movie and story itself is very different. Like the way the characters interact with each other is very different. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, you mentioned Michael Myers. Dan, you said like this is one of your favorite. You guys said like this is one of your favorite Michael Myerses.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he seemed like the first two movies, Michael.
He does end parts, but not all the way through. Like the opening, it definitely does feel like that the same Michael Myers. The way he walks, or creeps up like behind Mary and all that, like he's stalking her in her house. Like that's really good. And the bathroom scene, they cover his eyes and he's like kind of mystique a bit. Like that was really good. Like when you seen his eyes in close-ups, like that takes me out nowadays.
Yeah, I agree.
It does. And the mask is not really all that good, I gotta say. Like the masks that show up in the movie, like the one they originally shot with, or the one where you see his eyeballs more, and the infamous CG mask. Yeah, all that doesn't quite work. Doesn't hold up as well. But he was fine. The Chris Duran, he did fine. He's not one of my favorites, but he was okay.
Would you say your favorite is still Nick Castle?
Yeah, like Chris Duran is not even top 5, to be honest. Michael Myers. I don't think he is. Let's see. Like that bathroom scene. Oh, the first time I saw that, I was so creeped out.
I love that scene.
That's one of the scariest scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have no idea what he's gonna do, and he's like, "Oh, he just wants to steal our keys."
Right.
You know.
Oh yeah, it's like you're anticipating like what's he gonna do next?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's an awesome scene.
And yeah, I also love the opening. Like, okay, it takes this whole movie takes its time. And I really appreciate that about it.
That's
like,
a good way to think of it.
It doesn't which a lot of people hate about it now. I don't understand. Like.
What?
Yeah, I don't get that
you think it
either.
has pacing issues?
Oh, this movie.
I don't think it does. I think it flows.
I think it's a good look. Like you got to have a story on where Laurie has been and what she's doing. Like you can't just like.
I think people just want kills right away and so it's like you get some kills in the beginning and then you establish Laurie and you catch up with her in her story.
I love how
the way Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets killed is pretty brutal.
Well, I love how Michael doesn't kill the woman. He just takes the purse and the keys. Like he's being random.
He wanted some gas money.
Yeah, but it's like people are like, oh, he should have killed her. It's like, well, he's being random, just like in 2018.
He has a mission though. He's just going across the country.
Yes, you're right.
He's going across the country just to find Laurie. He wants to kill her and probably her son as well because he's family too. He does
just to add on top of this, I think this movie the kills are very memorable. Like also, I feel like the kills are very good.
Like the pantry one, with the girl who gets her leg crushed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that scene. That was really.
She gets it bad, man. She gets gutted too.
Yeah, that was really. And like just to go back quickly about the Scream comparison, like the only parts that like feel like Kevin Williamson actually wrote was the scene where in the morning when John is talking to Laurie, and he says like, "Oh, today's the day." Like, what do you mean? Like, today's the day. Like,
for you.
when he says today's the day, like I can feel it.
It's dead.
When he says like, when you realize I'm 17 years old and your paranoia is inhibiting my growing process. Like that's a total Kevin Williamson line. If I ever heard it.
Guaranteed to jack you up.
Yeah. He needs to shoot that on Michael. Like that's what stop him.
Oh man, he needs to stop the aliens.
Yeah. Which I remember in the VHS to this movie, they had the faculty trailer in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, Dan and I first saw this. I think we were at your grandma's house. Remember, you had the
grandma.
You had the H2O. I remember the next day we went to the theme park.
Oh, we were at my Aunt Chris's.
Oh, Aunt Chris. Okay. Yeah, and you had the black and it was like black and white. Sometimes
it would cut. Yeah,
like we saw it like really early, actually.
Oh, before the movie actually came out in theaters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, like some parts with the mask, I don't really care for that much nowadays. I mean, they could have picked a better mask, and when we get into the newer movies, I could just the little things they didn't quite get right in this movie. It's like they got right in the other ones. But
the mask looks okay when he's fighting Laurie. Like when he's
in the shadows, it looks fine. Like it's fine. But like the close ups with the eyeballs, like doesn't really work for me. And the music,
before, but I remember the mask I had similar to that. Remember, it was like all white.
Especially when she kicks him in the crotch. She's like, everybody makes fun of that now.
Reaction.
Yeah.
New ones, he just be
he's just human. Yeah. He's human after all.
The balls.
Yeah. I already mentioned the music. I like the Scream music score, but I feel it still kind of belongs in this movie. I mean, it works fine.
It's not even a big deal. It's really not.
It's not, but I can see
they have enough good music in this
because
movie.
the John Ottman score, in the beginning, that whole intro with the pictures and the credits, that's good. That's his score. That's
The-
his music.
We have a new person here. I think the Spider Master.
Hey, Spider Master, how's it
Hey,
going?
the Spider Master. It's good to see
Hello.
new people in here.
Yeah, yeah, like the opening music in the credits, like that's good. That was from John Ottman. That's actually really good. But they said most of his score was Underwoman, and that's where they replaced it.
Yeah.
Like last minute.
Funny enough, John Ottman was the guy that did Urban Legends Final Cut.
He directed it,
John
right?
Ottman's pretty good. I like his music.
Yeah, I do too. John Ottman's a good composer.
Yeah.
Let's see. What? I guess it's just a nitpick, but I can live with. I can live with this though. Since it takes place in California and not in Illinois, you kind of lose that sense of fall, the feeling of fall in it,
Yeah.
compared to all the movies before it. But
Who
then
cares?
again, but then again, that's kind of, but then again, it's kind of the case in all the movies after this one too.
Michael teleports into it.
You know, so it's like, when we get to Resurrection, Rob Zombie movies, like I don't feel like a real I don't really get the fall setting. Like I think Christian Michael Myers was really like the last one to really get that mood right. So that's why
It was good in Curse. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but like in this one, like okay, it takes place in California, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be 30 degrees in California in October.
You could just wander around town, John. Call John.
Yeah, I actually really like Ellie Coogee in this movie.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, here's a great.
Busta Rhymes, that's for sure.
Ah!
I didn't like the fake out kill with him.
That was weird. When you look at it again, it's totally editing trick because when you see the person going, when you see the person going to frame, it's obviously Michael Myers. You start shooting, it's Ellie Coogee.
Yeah,
he goes down like he just did like a sack of potatoes.
How much he was bleeding? You're telling me that was just a scrape?
I'm pretty sure that was a reshoot. Like they probably like one of those things like where the test ISIS like probably hated that he got killed and like they brought him back.
He fell down, he scraped something.
They probably were like, oh, let's change it up and not have the one black guy die.
He did what he did in Halloween Ends. He went
right.
Started slicing.
No, but that part when Michael's messing with him, I always find that part funny.
Wait.
Oh, you mean when he stopped kind of taunting him?
Yeah, like he hits the window and he goes out there. That always makes me laugh.
Splatoon, isn't that a game? Splatoon?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like
New.
like another nitpick, like they had somebody else doing the Dr. Loomis dialogue at the beginning. Doesn't sound very good.
No.
Nah. And if you watch the documentary, like behind the scenes of this movie, like the 1 hour documentary they had for the Blu-ray, they talk about how they try to get some people, and then they got this actor, and they had to take like they did like 60 takes in the voice, and like they had done.
What Blu-ray was it on? Was it like on?
I think the box set or whatever. Anyway,
I didn't see that.
They actually had Donald Pleasant's like really close friend, like just to kind of like guide like the actor, and then like after like 50 almost 60 takes, like no, it's not right, and like the last take, like okay, it's fine there. I think he gave up and like okay, fine, just do it that way. You know, I mean, like there's a video on YouTube where like somebody actually got the piece of dialogue from the original Halloween from that speech and inserted it in the scene, and it sounds fine. So I don't know why a big major studio couldn't do that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just a nitpick. I mean, yeah, I know Don Pleasant's already passed away, so they can get him. You know, which sucks, but whatever. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, you guys talked about the finale. Like that was great. That still holds up. Like it all leads up to that, and yeah, it's a great final showdown. It's okay. When I watch it now, like even ignoring Resurrection, Ellie Coogee does piss me off because like, dude, like let her kill him. Like he's dead. Like no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got a hole in his head, and he's like,
he's dead. I never understood that in movies where like when someone's trying to like make sure someone's killed, and someone's trying to stop, like no, he's dead, and that's enough. Like shut up.
Yeah, that
is. Make sure. I just it frustrates me, you know.
But
succulent
breasts.
Remember
he says that in the movie.
What?
He says succulent breasts in the movie.
Oh yeah, round melon breast. Look, man, like LA Cool J, he survived Michael Myers, and the year after he survived 3 sharks. I mean, he's cool in my book.
You know, hey, you know what?
And you know what they say about Michael Myers? He's like a killer shark.
He is. Some people
Have some respect for the
That's
dead.
what bothered me. I feel like LL Cool J was like, oh, like in his contract, so I'm like, oh, I can't be killed.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's how it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure. What's her name? Who plays Lindsay? Probably had that in her contract with the new movies too.
Yeah, maybe it's possible.
Yeah, you know how actors have egos. I can't die in movies.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Overall, I still love this movie, and minus all those nitpicks I mentioned, it's still great to watch to this day. Like I always felt, and yeah, this movie's only 86 minutes long. Like it flies by like quick, man.
Yeah.
I almost forgot how fast this.
And I think the one of the, not only because it's done better, but like one of the reasons why I think we all prefer this over that one that came out recently, was because this kept it simple.
Right.
Yeah, that was the thing about the original movies. Like it's a simple horror film.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's such a simple ending.
Like I don't know why you like sometimes filmmakers need to go like, oh, we need to add like some like twist and some deep meaning.
I just want something to end. If it's gonna end, and don't like keep like make it end and then all of a sudden there's another scene. It's like this ended perfectly.
Like a last minute like, oh wait, it's not over yet.
And then she's like she's like, oh my god, like what I just do, but then she's kind of like free of her fear after that.
Yeah.
Well, and then it just ends. It's like, okay, good. Like you don't need to go in.
Yeah, we don't need to see her with Josh Hartnett later on. Be like, oh,
now you can go to Yosemite.
No, it's too late. They already left.
Yeah, they already did.
And then okay, here's one thing people trash. Like one scene where like, why are they watching Scream 2? That makes no sense. And like, because in Scream 1 they're watching Halloween, and like, yeah, they didn't film it that way. They actually filmed them watching they filmed them watching something else, and that was added in post production.
I don't see why that.
Did they say like what else they were watching, or
I forgot what they were watching, but they weren't watching Scream 2 when they filmed that.
I don't even see why that's even a big deal.
It's a paradox.
Okay, Doc.
Because in Scream 1 they're watching Halloween 1, and it's like,
Fuck you. If I want the almanac, you can't stop me.
Right, yeah. The universe should implode after that happened.
Like, I don't see why that's a big deal. Like, come on. Like, oh, so what? They're showing Scream. Like, whatever.
Do you want to die tonight, Cece? It was that scene.
Yeah, whatever.
It was cross promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nitpick. Like, I don't know what people get too hung up on it, but whatever. It was done in post production. It's something people need to understand. It's like they intended to do that. Yeah, that was the Weinsteins.
Bloopers.
Yeah, with a blooper.
Raper.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much all I gotta say. You guys have anything else to say about Halloween water?
No. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
it tastes good.
Pumpkin flavor. Yeah. Okay. All right. Stats.
Okay, this movie's budget was $17 million. So at the time, it was the biggest budget for a Halloween movie.
Where'd that money go?
Well, it made the most money of any Halloween movie, $75 million. So it was the biggest hit of the franchise at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The tomato score is only 52. And the audience score is only 49.
What the?
Yeah, that's too low.
What the?
That's too low.
And the IMDb score is 5.8.
I'm never gonna go on that site again.
Fuck that website.
Fuck IMDb.
5.8 is the same rating that Halloween 4 has on IMDb. So
That's pretty ridiculous.
God, these scores suck.
Wait, you said what was the Rotten Tomato score again for critics and audiences?
52 and 49.
Yeah, that's
49 for an audience score?
Yeah, I know, that's
what
what
what fucking audience did they show this shit to?
Mm.
Fuck that audience.
Yeah, fuck them all.
You fucked them up their stupid asses.
God, man.
All right.
Weird.
Fuck them in their holes.
Oh, jeez.
So that was the end of the franchise. We're done.
Yep,
Bullshit.
You don't need to talk about anything else.
Bullshit.
That was it. And Michael Myers got his head cut off at the end, guys, and it's over.
Mhm.
But did he?
Little did we know that was a load of bullshit.
Just remember, we're talking about Stealth Michael. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that comes into play here.
I called this plot twist.
Halloween Resurrection.
You did, didn't you?
Came out 4 years later.
But wait, you didn't call it until this movie.
No, when the movie was announced, we were like, "Well, how are they gonna have it?" be
Well, no,
Michael?
what I'm saying, yeah, when it was announced. But what I'm saying is,
When it was announced,
no, when this, yeah,
when it was announced, it was originally called Halloween Homecoming. I remember that. No, that because I remember like something in. I remember like it was like 2000 or 2001. Something came in the mail, and like it was like this booklet that said like upcoming movies in the next year. And I was looking around, and it said Halloween Homecoming starring Jamie Lee Curtis and blah, blah,
starring
blah.
Tom Holland.
I'm like, what?
Look at that dumb poster. Look at Jamie Lee Curtis. She don't even look like that.
Oh,
in the movie.
Okay, I know, right? They just took the H2O promotion and just photoshopped in that.
I just get like with that
Wait,
poster. I
okay,
get-
one thing I didn't mention. Halloween H2O was the first Halloween movie to get released in the summer.
This poster looks like Save the Last Dance combined with
Yeah,
like a music
American
video,
Pie.
American Pie. Yes,
Yeah.
with a mask in the background.
That's Phantom of the Opera right there.
Why does every title have to be resurrection? There has to be a resurrection.
we all know when it has Resurrection in the title, it's
He
good,
wasn't
right?
even resurrected.
He was legally.
Mission Impossible.
All right. Okay.
He's Ethan Hunt.
You know what, Thomas? You can go first in this one because I think you're like the biggest fan of this movie.
I wouldn't say I'm like a fan of the
Oh no! You're not a fan of this movie. You're a fan of a certain review.
Honestly, I can say I'm a fan now after watching.
Ah! Retconning.
Well, I'm not a fan.
Retconning
Of the
opinions.
not a fan of the first 15 minutes, but other than that, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb fun.
It is dumb, yes,
It's
and it
just
can be
dumb.
fun. It is dumb, pretty dumb.
Okay, so since I'm going first on this one, let me just get this out of the way. The
Do
first
you like this
15
movie?
the after the first 15 minutes, I think I do like it in some way. Because okay, the first 15 minutes are god awful dog shit because H2O ended it perfectly, and then of course they said that we're bringing it back, and Jamie Lee Curtis says, "Fuck this, you're gonna have to kill me all."
By the way, this was directed by Rick Rosenthal, who directed Part 2.
That's crazy.
I know.
Which is insane.
He even makes a cameo in the movie. He plays the professor.
Oh yeah, that's
That was
right. He
him.
does.
I was like,
I
somebody
was-
answer the question.
I almost forgot that he makes a little appearance
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
that was
movie.
him.
That's right, as the teacher. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
professor.
So yeah, and the way they fucking like the first 15 minutes, like the way they fucking retcon the end of H2O, it's like, oh well, she really chopped off the head of an ambulance guy because Michael Myers somehow switched fucking clothes with the fucker and was able to get up and do this and change outfits, and then all of a sudden it was a fake, and Michael Myers was really over here, and Michael Myers is alive. Like, okay, like how the fuck did they come up with this shit? It's
That was like the only way. That's the only thing that would even make any sense, and it was still really reaching.
Yeah, it was fucking retarded. That's what it was. It was fucking retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie Lee Curtis gets killed. Laurie gets killed and dropped out the fucking window like a bitch. And it's like, oh great. And then, so yeah, like the first 15 minutes are trash. But if you happen to look past the first 15 minutes of the film, it's actually pretty fun. If you can cut out those first 15 minutes. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, they could have just made this film and just, kind of made it like they could have made this, maybe a prequel in a way to H2O in a way. They could have just made this a prequel and like cut out the first 15 minutes and then just made this kind of like a dumb, fun slasher film. Because I will say Busta Rhymes is the most entertaining character in the whole movie. I happen to like Busta Rhymes. Dangertainment, trick or treat, motherfucker. And some of the other cast members, you have Thomas Ian Nicholas from Rookie of the Year,
American Pie.
and American Pie, Kevin from American Pie. Yeah, Sean Patrick Thomas. I always forget that he was in this from the Barbershop movies.
See Last Dance.
And Tyra Banks. And who's the other chick?
The main one?
Yeah, like, isn't she like a British actress or something like that?
Who cares?
Yeah,
Who gives a fuck? Because this movie's all about fucking Busta Rhymes, yo. I just can't help it. Busta Rhymes is entertaining as shit to watch, and honestly, Busta Rhymes is more entertaining to watch than anything in Halloween Ends. I said it right there. I think Busta Rhymes is more of an entertaining character to watch than anybody in Halloween Ends. I think because and
Corey
Brad Lorre, who does Michael Myers, I think he was okay. I still think there are other better Michael Myers out there. Dorothy Wilbur. Honestly, I would honestly say I like Brad Lorre a lot better than Don Shanks and things of that nature, because I just don't like the way, but Don Shanks, I don't like the way that Michael Myers cries in Halloween 5.
I agree with Movie Junkie reviews. What he said right there.
I basically treat it like an online fanfic version.
It is a fanfic.
Yeah, I don't know if Rob heard the part of what I was saying, that if you look past the first 15
Thomas likes Busta Rhymes. That's what he said.
No,
you said that. Don't backpedal now. You said it.
I was saying that if you get past the first 15 minutes, it's actually dumb fun.
Okay.
I agree, it's dumb fun.
If you can get past the first 15 minutes,
it's dumb.
But I understand where people will come from, though, because it's really hard to get those first 15 minutes out of your brain, knowing how they fuck up H2O in such a bad way. And because trust me, it's really hard to get that out of your mind. But if you just find a way to channel that out, it's actually dumb fun. And I will say, the and Busta Rhymes, the karate chopping Michael Myers. I mean, come on now. I mean, as dumb as that is, it's still fun.
It's still dumb, dude.
But it's still fun and entertaining. It's
not really.
It's more fun and entertaining to watch anything in Halloween Ends. That's for fucking sure. Fuck Halloween.
I will agree with that. I would watch this movie over Halloween Ends.
Yeah. I think this movie's 10 times better than Halloween Ends. There, I fucking said.
I got Alex to admit that too.
I'll fucking say it right here. This is
you got me to admit Halloween 5 was better.
No, I said
it was Resurrection.
No. I said, would you rather watch Halloween Ends or Halloween Resurrection? And you said, I guess Resurrection.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it a better movie.
Yes, it does.
Not really.
Yes. It's okay to be like that. It's okay.
I think another cool thing that they did with Resurrection was that they brought back the original house. That was kind of a cool thing they did. They brought back the original house.
I thought it was a full-on set.
I
mean, they made it look like the original house. I give them credit.
Yeah, that was kind of a cool thing they did.
Fine, but the whole purpose of it was stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but
he just wants to go home every time. Stop looking.
Yeah, Evil finds his way home.
He had a sewer, there was a sewer underneath this house. So
I think Donald Pleasance just let him go home and just stay there. He ain't hurting nobody. Just go home.
Just don't go to his house.
Did he kill again?
And honestly,
home.
No matter what, though, whenever I think of Halloween Resurrection, I think of these two guys right here that are standing right in front of us, Rob and Dan.
Right, they're older revealing it.
They're older. That was one of the. I think that might have been one of the first videos. I think that might.
That was the first video I saw from them. Yeah.
It was the first video I saw where it was both guys.
That mask froze together, and when I tried to open it, it started to tear.
I'll never forget. One of the first moments of the review that made me laugh my ass off the most was when Rob and Dan.
Yeah, let's just talk about that video, not the movie.
When I went down on him.
I'm just saying that I will say, like, the two moments made me laugh a lot. I'll just mention two because it's kind of off topic, but like I'll mention them real quick. The first part is when they had the Michael Myers mask on, and all you see is like Rob stick his finger in the mouth hole and start sucking on his finger.
Oh, when I'm like, blah, 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 yeah.
And after Rob goes, "That's what I said. That's what I said," and all you hear is Dan
You
go,
don't get it? You don't get it?
Oh yeah, Dan. He's like,
"Oh, that's so fucking classic."
That was written so well.
we didn't care. That remember the
I will admit that it's
the hair kept.
Oh yeah, I remember the hair.
What makes Michael
can you
Myers
do
not
that?
like that? When did he ever look like he was from Skid Row?
But overall, Resurrection is dumb fun. I will say it's a million times better than Ends. There, I fucking said it.
Yeah, fuck that poster.
Yeah, but that's my thoughts on Resurrection.
All right, Dan, your thoughts on Halloween Resurrection?
Oh my god!
As of now,
this movie is just
Garbage. We saw this in the theater, right?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, I don't know. I mean, I know the studio wants to make money, but like, who thought that this movie would work? Like, I just don't see how anyone would think this would work. It totally has nothing to do with. I mean, at this point, the series has always been about Michael and kind of his connection to a family member.
Yep.
But it's like, okay, you kind of ended that, so to try to continue. I mean, like, literally, Michael like wanted to just go home and sit in his house. It's like, okay, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can get that from an insane perspective, but the whole premise of this movie, like the whole like, oh, we're gonna film a TV show like with everyone like staying the night in this house, and we're gonna create fake scares, and it's gonna be a reality show. I'm just like, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like any of the characters in this movie. Like, none of the characters. I wasn't like rooting for anybody. And sorry, Thomas, I thought Busta Rhymes was stupid.
yeah, great.
He's better than anybody in Ends.
Dude, that's like bottom of the barrel.
That's like comparing two pieces of shit in a toilet. You know,
It's not bad.
this one has nuts in it, the other one don't.
Again, like the only good thing about this movie was, you know, just Michael. I mean, at least he wasn't a retarded Michael. You know?
I like Movie Junkie says the camera guy killed himself.
Yeah, fuck him.
Stupid asshole with the tripod. That's so fucking stupid.
But and then the end, I'm just like, oh, well, see, that's the thing. It's like, oh, Michael's like you know, like gets tangled in wires or you know, like there's so many, like they didn't even know how to end the goddamn movie. They filmed so many alternate endings.
Yeah,
it was directed by Rick Rosenthal, who did 2, so he burned in 2, and now he's burning again in this one. Except it's electrical, and then
the whole eye opening at the end too. I hated that. Like, we've never seen a Halloween movie end where like Michael Myers did some kind of surprise, like
he did a Jason X instead of sitting up. He's like,
yeah, it did feel.
He was missing half his fucking head. Like,
don't even get me started. Like on Jamie Lee Curtis, you could just tell she didn't even want to be there. And she's the one. She was proud. She's like, "Oh, I improvised kissing Michael." I'm like, "That's stupid."
Like, none of us give a shit. Like, you shouldn't have even been in the first place.
Oh, you improvised that? Well, you fucked up.
Yeah, but she's like, "I'll see you in hell." It's like, you never say that.
Hey, that's all I have. This movie's garbage.
Would you? Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Would you watch this over Ends? Like, let's say one day I'm like, oh, hey, what do you want to watch?
Which movie is the better movie? Halloween End or Halloween Resurrection?
So if I said, here, let's pick one, you would pick Resurrection to watch today.
Yeah. Well, okay, today I feel it's like Halloween Ends I've only seen once, so I think I could sit through it again. Just to get
I would let you sit through that by yourself. I would actually go in the room. And then when it's all over, say, okay.
I think what would happen was as I'm watching, I think I would start making fun of it because we were already making fun of it.
And that's the thing with Resurrection too. You can make fun of that, but it's like it's just stupid. Halloween Ends was supposed to be serious.
Yeah, take away the whole watching aspect. Like this movie's better. And yes, like if I watch, I think I want to watch Halloween Ends one more time just to like laugh at it. But that would probably be the last time I would ever watch that movie.
I have a feeling that Alex is he kind of actually likes Halloween Ends.
Actually, I don't. I still haven't seen it again.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, go on the cock. It's there.
I know. All right, Rob, your thoughts on Halloween Resurrection?
I don't want to talk.
All right, okay, I'll mute you then.
This movie sucks. It does. But yeah, I mean, it is. I'll agree with like Thomas when he says it's like dumb fun. It is like you can laugh at things and you can like just take it for what it is. I do like the portrayal of Michael in this.
Yeah.
I do like the way he looks. I think his mask, in my opinion, is a little bit better than H2O.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like the way it looks.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The way he walks and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. It's
I'm
like he's like the best part. He's like the only good thing in the movie.
one thing I will never understand. Okay, Michael does this thing. He goes home. Dangertainment goes into the house.
Entertainment goes to the house.
Like all these props, but yet they don't notice that did they like build a fucking wall where Michael slept and ate rats down there and stuff like that? What happened with this wall? And why the hell does this house have a fucking underground bunker? It almost seems like there's like a sewer.
Yeah, there you go. Sewer.
You can
Fucking
connect.
sewers.
What did they do? Run slaves down there or something? Like what is this place? I don't understand underneath the Myers house. But yeah, I didn't understand how when they were setting up props and stuff down there, they didn't notice that place. Like Michael couldn't have gotten down there anyway. So it's like how do you it doesn't make sense.
Nothing in this movie makes sense.
No.
The whole thing about the cameras and stuff was it was kind of a good idea, but I don't think it was executed well. I think it was a cool idea. And the reason why I don't think it was executed as well either is because Michael did his thing and he came back home to basically do nothing. So there's no story there. You know what I mean? All right. Sounds good. Be careful. So
Georgie, be careful.
So, like the music in this, I think the music was actually kind of stupid in this movie. Busta Rhymes, yeah, I don't like him. I don't like his music. I prefer LL Cool J, but I just think the whole Dangertainment thing is stupid. Like whenever he's in there with the group of people, he's like, "All right, everybody," trying to like announce like what he's doing. I'm just like, is this guy for real? Like, would you actually walk into a place like that and see this guy and you take him seriously? Like, oh, we're putting on this. We're going to show the whole world. We're going to put on this. You're going to wear cameras and we're going to televise it and this and that. My first thought would be like, this is a scam. Screw you.
Yeah, because like, what do they think they're supposed to find?
Where's their credibility? Like, why would you all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm going to get famous because of this company, this Dangertainment? Like, honestly, are their credentials really that good? Like, honestly, who are these people?
You really do. We're like, what the fuck? This is fake.
I don't like Dangertainment Inc. Incorporated. No, you know what? Bottom line, yeah, this movie does suck. But I can watch it for just the fun.
If you're in the mood,
To me, this is like The Happening. This is like watching The Happening. That's how I.
No.
Yeah. What? No. Tyra Banks making a frappe dance. Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like Tyra Banks ever dances and shows off her body and she's not like.
That's how she makes. Coffee. She dance.
Yeah.
And now look at the camera.
Oh, and the main chick in this was dead. She was a zombie. I didn't even. She's just she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to. Oh, come on, we'll have fun. Oh, okay.
None of the characters were like.
I'm like, why don't you show some enthusiasm? Like, honestly, you don't. You're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, the actress.
Oh, Dexter, help me.
Actress that I was thinking of was Katie Sackhoff.
No, he's talking about the main.
No, I'm saying like the one that I was thinking of.
Oh, the blonde.
That I couldn't remember. Was
then you have what's his name? Thomas.
Oh yeah, Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Ian Nicholas. Yeah, I'm like, So you have American Pie kid. You have a Save a Last Dance kid.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes and Tyra.
Yeah. So, way to go! Like this movie's great. So, yeah. All in all, blah.
Yeah. This movie is a joke. It really is.
It is. Yep.
It's just like I mean, you guys already pretty much mentioned a lot of what's wrong with it. Yeah, okay, Tom, I can see where Tom is coming from. Just watching it as dumb fun, but it's really just dumb at the end of the day.
It
You know,
is.
I mean, it's fun if you're like watching with someone else making fun of it, but if you're just
Yeah.
watching it
I agree with that.
Yeah.
as a movie, you're like, this is just fucking dumb. You know.
I'd watch all the other movies before I'd watch this.
Going from like the opening where it just retcons the perfect ending of H2O,
Yeah.
which I like. Just by that, I hate the movie.
And see, there's
You
no
know-
argument there. There's no argument because people are like, well, when he was trapped between the trees, why couldn't he take his mask off? But Laurie wouldn't know what he looks like.
Right.
So that's how they got by that. You
But
know
he's
what I mean?
acting like Michael Myers in H2O at the end. You know. He like
That's, oh,
sets up.
well, okay. Really quick, I want to say this. When I watched this the last time, I noticed this. I don't know if you guys did. So
Uh-huh.
this guy is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the paramedic. When he is in the back of the van and Jamie's driving all nuts, he gets out of the bag and he's like looking around like, what? And then he like looks up at Jamie. He attacks her.
I know. Yeah,
He
that's what I'm
attacks
saying.
her. Now, if that didn't happen, I can see maybe he's the paramedic, but you're right. He's acting like Michael. That makes no sense.
That's what I mean. Also, like
he literally goes after her.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Even
what?
before that, the body bag starts moving, and then she looks and it stops. Like, why would it stop if it's just a paramedic trying to get out?
I understand if
What do you mean?
if his voice was crushed, he'd go up to her.
Not his voice, his larynx. No.
He
Not
wouldn't
his-
be like, "Rrrr," like trying to.
Not his voice. Not his voice. His larynx.
Oh, his larynx. He's Bumblebee. Like he wouldn't attack Laurie. He'd be like, "Ugh," like.
How about
trying
when
to-
he sits up like Michael?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
That's
he
what I mean.
sits up and he's like.
And he survives him, and he survives falling from the cliff, where he gets stuck between the two trees.
And what about when he's reaching out to her, like in H2? We're like,
Oh
here.
no, he's reaching for help. Don't
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
that's right. Yeah, because he's like, he doesn't go like this. He's like,
That's
what do I
funny.
call
When you see now that we see the H2 ending when he does this like
Yeah.
that. You know, it's funny. Before Resurrection ever came out, we knew what like the real reason why he did
Yeah.
that. Like when I would watch that scene, I was just kind of making fun of it. Go like, why does Michael care about his hair? My hair.
Well, I think he's doing this because he doesn't realize he has a mask on. But it's
I
like,
know.
fucking take
But
it
like,
off.
but like when you're watching it, like before this movie came out, it's like, oh, why is
Yeah.
Michael doing that? That's weird. Like they knew, like the director.
Yeah,
and the
that's
writer.
I'm sorry.
I know, like that first 15 minutes is like the worst part of the movie.
Makes it even worse.
I know, worst part, like especially. I remember like I made a video like this long time ago where I psychoanalyzed the whole 15-minute opening, why it's so bad and why none of it works. But she at the ending where she traps him with the rope or whatever, and she's like, I gotta make sure. I'm like, he is literally trying to kill you right now. So
Well, wait a
whoever
minute.
that, even if that's not Michael, kill that bastard because he's trying to kill
What-
you.
What about this point? He gives that other inmate
Harold.
the knife and walks away. Wouldn't his fingerprints be on that knife?
Exactly. Yeah. He
That's-
doesn't
I
clean.
don't
He
get
doesn't
it.
clean it. You know, it's full
Right.
of blood still. See
He's
that guy,
the-
Harold, the one.
in the H2 in the
So it's
Halloween
like
2 fire.
Michael tries to cover his tracks, but he's doing it a really shitty way. It's like
Right.
he changes his outfit and then he gives the evidence, the knife, to the inmate. So it's like he's clear to go. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
And like that character, the inmate with the clown mask, who was obsessed with serial killers and all that.
Yeah, he's
That guy was a blueprint for Oswald Cobblepot in Halloween Kills.
Oh my god!
He's the blueprint. Yeah, that's how it started.
Oh my god!
The Umbrella Man.
Hunchback.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the end. Yeah, I can make fun of this movie and have fun like that, but at the same time, it is dumb. Especially, this is why I hate the Busta Rhymes character, because it's like he overpowers Michael in like unrealistic ways.
He doesn't know
I
karate. He's just going by what he saw on TV.
I know that's dumb.
Like,
And
that's-
like the scene where he's dressed up as Michael Myers, like you don't get it. Like I don't find that part funny at all, because that's like it's like you take away Michael Myers his ability to be a threatening villain if he just walks away. The fact
I
he just walks
remember-
away.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I watching? Like,
I
what
remember
is
when-
this?
I remember Busta Rhymes promoted the movie on wrestling.
Yeah, I remember that too.
He stood in the ring. I'm like, why is he promoting this movie? I'm like, is it all about him? Like,
Yeah,
why
it
is
was.
he doing it?
He's the
He
main
really
character.
is the star of the movie.
He was,
Basically.
yeah. I don't remember Jimmy the Critters promoting this movie at all.
No, well, why would she?
I don't remember. I remember Busta Rhymes. Like, I remember Busta Rhymes and some of the other cast members promoting it, but not Jimmy the Critters. And like Dan said, there's no likable characters. They're all terrible. They're all one note. Like, the American Pie guy, Thomas Ian Nicholas, like, oh, he's the horny guy who doesn't get the chicks. Like, that. Sean Patrick Thomas, like, oh, he's the guy who's obsessed with spices.
Food. Yeah.
Not food, spices, It's like, I like black pepper. It's like, yeah. It's just
I'm getting mad just thinking about this movie.
It's dumb, yeah.
Let's make a pact.
I remember when I first saw this, I was like, wait a minute, like Lori dies. I thought she should come back at the ending and save the day, but no, that didn't happen. I was like, oh really?
I was waiting for Oz and Finch to show up.
Yeah.
We all get laid.
Yeah. Like, okay, I'll just to wrap up my thoughts. I'll quote Dan in that old review when he said, "Okay, so you got Busta Rhymes, Tyra Banks, American Pie guy, Save the Last Stand kid, and Brittany Murphy wannabe. What a great cast!"
Wait, that's what I did. That?
Yeah, so you did, yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments in the old review. Yeah.
Thomas is the one that remembers all.
He remembers everything. I remember like
Of
a lot
course
of
I
it.
do.
Yeah. But I remember that part specifically. Yeah.
I'm like an old archive when it comes to like Rob's old.
Yeah. Like I said before, you're the human encyclopedia of old reviews of theirs. Yeah. So that's my thoughts. The movie's terrible. It's garbage. It's a joke.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's unless you guys got anything else to say about Resurrection.
No, I'm done with this.
Nah.
Nope. Shite. Nope.
Yeah. Okay, stats.
All right, so this budget was $15 million, so it was $2 million less than H2O, but it did like half the business, and it made $37.6 million. So it still made money, surprisingly. Tomato score is a 10, and the audience score is 25. IMDb 3.9.
Yeah.
That is the lowest, by the way,
Yeah.
of any of the Halloween IMDb scores. Surprisingly, The Curse of Michael Myers tomato score is a 9, so this has 1 point higher. Someone thinks The Curse is worse than Resurrection.
I don't see that at all.
It's the lowest audience score as well.
I'd rather watch Curse than.
Yeah.
But.
So yeah, pretty. It was like simultaneously hated, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So since Resurrection failed, and around a little later after that came out,
5 years.
5 years, like
2007.
no, like the remake boom of horror movies started happening, and then of course,
Yep.
with no exception,
Especially around 2005.
yeah.
Oh yeah, like House of Wax.
Yeah.
All of them, and then we're waiting that this was going to be an inevitable Halloween, the remake.
Yeah, we saw this.
Directed by Rob Zombie, everybody's favorite director. Let's see. Tell me which one first. Okay, Rob, you'll go first on this one.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Halloween 27.
Going back to when Dan and I saw this in the theater, we actually, I think, were a lot easier on this film than I think we are now. Because I remember we didn't think it was that bad when we first saw it.
I still think this is an okay movie.
Okay, then my feelings have changed. So here's the main gripe I have about this movie. I don't like the trailer trash theme and explanation on how Michael is the way he is in this movie. I always thought it was scarier not knowing why he did something.
Right.
I think I mean, whatever. If you have a motive, that's fine. But I feel like Rob Zombie likes to do the trailer trash thing a lot. He did that with House of Thousand Corpses, but I think that works for that movie because that's a different movie.
Because it's a different style.
He was trying to create his own style in the 70s backwoods characters. Okay, that works for that. This, no. I don't think it was necessary to make Michael a fucking giant, like, you know, to make him intimidating. To me, that's Jason or some other character like Victor Crowley from Hatchet. I don't think it was necessary to do that.
Or the tall man.
Yes. Again, I think that takes away what Michael really is. But I understand this is a remake, so he's doing his own vision. But is he really? Because in the second half, it's a complete carbon copy. Yeah. As soon as he gets the mask, it's a complete copy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this two different films? Like, what are we watching here? I don't enjoy really anything about this movie at all. Okay, the kills are okay, I guess. They're violent and brutal.
I mean, yeah, it's got good gore. I mean,
I've seen that before, though. I mean,
in much better movies.
Yeah. The music, I mean, there are times where he uses like kind of like the same theme, but it's, I guess, it's changed like a little bit. I can't get into the characters always being vulgar and like cursing and trailer trash stuff. I just get so sick of that. Like, I'm sick of it. I just can't get into the characters as much when it's like that. And what's his name that played Loomis?
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell. I think he did okay in the movie as his doctor, but
it's just the way he's written.
The way he, like, the first half of the movie when Michael is in the institution and he's talking to him about colors and stuff like that, I think that's fine. I think he was fine during that. Where he's really an asshole is the second movie, but I'm talking about in the second act of this movie, I still think he kind of loses his grip on the character a little bit, or the way, maybe that's the way he was written. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just feel like he's different from the first half to the second half. Again, it's like we're watching two movies here. I thought the mask, the way the mask looks, I think the mask looked fine. I think it looked kind of cool in some instances, but I thought it was really kind of funny when the kid puts on this big mask. I'm like, what?
That's when the movie lost me.
All in all, I did not like it. I think this movie is just garbage, in my opinion. Rob Zombie as a director, he's hit and miss for me. I like Lords of Salem. Like I said, House of Thousand Corpses. Devil's Rejects is good.
That's my favorite of his, Devil's Rejects.
So, yeah, and a lot of people will say that. Honestly, like, I think he should stick to his own like original ideas. I think he should stick with
that. Just stick to doing like Lords of Salem.
House of a Thousand Corpses and Lords of Salem are basically original movies. I think he's good at that. I think he should stick with that. Stop making remakes. The Munsters, I've heard really bad things about it. I haven't seen it. And
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
pretty bad.
see, that's what I'm saying. It's a trend. He needs to stick with his own stuff. So that's my take. That's my take on it.
Okay. Dan, since you think this movie's okay, I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, yeah, I actually don't mind this movie. I just remember specifically seeing it in the theater, and like the backstory I thought actually was kind of interesting. I think what kind of still draws me to it, I like that it was the first half of the movie was different. I agree. Like I don't like the trailer trash aspect. Like I don't like the multiple cursing and all that stuff. But I did enjoy like the Michael kind of. And again, I don't think the movie shows, because when the movie starts, he's already like killing animals. So it's like he's already got that kind of sociopath psycho-ness to him. But obviously the environment is not helping him at all. Like when he kills that student in the woods, I just remember in the theater I was like shocked.
Oh yeah, the Spy Kids kid.
Yeah, like
it is disturbing.
I was like, oh my gosh.
He killed Junie Cortez.
Yeah, and then you brought this up, but in the hospital, like to see the years go by and see Michael deteriorate, I really liked that too. I thought that was just really interesting. It was just something we hadn't seen with this character before, which is I think why I was kind of drawn to it. But I have to totally agree. The second half of the movie, the complete copy of the first Home movie, I really kind of wish they would have continued on with
With their
the
own
same
thing.
premise, but do it differently
Yeah.
because that's what they had already been doing. And then all of a sudden, it comes into like a complete play-by-play. And I did not enjoy that. My biggest gripe with the movie is I cannot stand the end scene where Laurie's in the walls.
Yeah.
It is so drawn out.
Yeah.
It is so
Takes him
drawn
forever.
out.
It
I'm
takes
just
him
like,
forever
ugh.
to even get in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I still like, I watched all these movies last year around when I got the Blu-ray when we were talking about going to do the stream. So I watched them all in order. And I remember when I watched it, I was like, I am enjoying this movie.
Do you prefer the unrated cut or the theatrical?
The only version I think, what's the Blu-ray? Which version is on the Blu-ray?
I think it's unrated.
The
Yeah,
Blu-ray's unrated.
But the
That's
big
the
difference,
version
difference in the unrated and theatrical is the way he escapes. The
Yeah.
hospital.
And the way he escapes
Oh,
in the
right.
theatrical
And,
is
and there's like
better.
there's like a rape scene.
Yeah, that's in the unrated version. I think
Yeah.
I like the theatrical better. But doesn't like Sam Loomis, Dr. Loomis, it seems more like he lives in the unrated than in the theatrical. In the theatrical, I think it really plays off that he actually died.
Right,
I know
even though
he did, but I'm saying like it was almost like a retcon.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I find the first half of the movie for me is interesting enough for me to still be like, I do like a different perspective, I guess. But the fact that then Rob Zombie was like, let's just remake it. Like, and see, the second half to me is real boring. So, yeah, that's all I really have. I thought the mask was fine and the music was fine too. The gore, the kills were cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, I'll go next. I really hate this movie with the passion. I really first saw it, and I remember I was looking forward to it because I thought like, well, Resurrection was a joke, and you can get worse than that. I was wrong because I really struggle, and I gave this movie another chance after the fact a couple years ago. Like I really try to find something I like, and there's really nothing. Like you guys say, the kills, some of them are fine, but like this was at the time where like a lot of movies were doing that shaky cam stuff, and that's really distracting.
Yeah.
Really distracting, and I guess the mask I like even when it's dirty and it's all worn out, I still like. It's fine. It's one of the better masks. And
it was good to see Dee Wallace because I'm a huge fan of Dee Wallace. Like I love her. She's so good in horror movies. It was nice to see her.
Right, her and her husband. Like I did kind of feel bad because there were the ones that weren't acting like obnoxious throughout the movie because like 90% of the characters in this movie and we get to the next one are really unlikable.
That's someone I would like to meet.
They really get on my nerves. Yeah.
I would like to meet Dee Wallace, E.T.'s mom. Or the mom.
Yeah, she was awesome.
E.T.'s mom, like she's the mom of the actual
That's
alien.
what the people say. They're like, "Oh, E.T.'s mom." It's like, no,
the mom from E.T.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, God, yeah.
Yeah, dude, her filmography for horror movies is so long. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Hills of Eyes, The Frighteners, The Howling,
Cujo.
Yeah, I also feel bad that she had to be in this piece of crap.
Well,
like, Dan, you said like you really found the whole backstory in the first half of the movie interesting. I just cannot get into it. From the opening scene where they're arguing with each other, I'm like, it just takes me out like completely. Like I cannot get into it at all. Even when he's in the hospital, when he's been arrested already and he's locked up, like, no, like I don't care for the conversations they have about colors and like, oh, he's losing it and all this stuff. It's like, no, like I don't find any like kind of origin to Michael interesting. Like I get like Rob Zombie was trying to go there because like, oh, he didn't just like want to make it your typical slasher film, but like, A for effort. But I don't like the style to begin with anyway. So it's like, they didn't work for me.
Felt too happy and cheery. Yeah, she was kind of like different than. She was a different Lori, I guess, attitude wise.
I didn't care for her fingering the bagel, so no. You know.
Yeah, it's just the dialogue that was.
That's the worst part about it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like okay, the first half is just like to me unnecessary origin story, and then the second half is just beat for beat the Carpenter film, original film,
Yeah.
but Rob Zombie's style. And it's like the music. Okay, they used the music from the original, but when I heard it, I'm like, it feels out of place.
It does.
It does not match up to what I'm seeing with the movie.
Yeah. Why do
it
the
really-
original anyway? It's like.
It's like I think Rob Zombie tried to satisfy the fans as much as he could, even though he did his own style, but it doesn't work. I don't think it worked at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the characters I liked. There are a few actors in the movie that are decent. Like you said, Dee Wallace, Brad Dourif, I didn't mind.
Yeah, he was good.
Michael McDowell, he tried, but I didn't really care for his version of Loomis, especially when we get to this next one.
Yeah.
It's like, and also like there was like this weird, there was this change that Rob Zombie made, like about how like Loomis in this movie, he's not going out to hunt Michael like to kill him. He wants to like talk to him and like get him back into the hospital. Like, oh Michael, I failed you. It's me, Samuel. It's like I don't like that. I really don't. Yeah. So
I think Ken Foree's scene was funny when he's like, "I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I got a couple tacos talking back at me. I'm gonna be a while."
It's weird because like, and the behind the scenes of this movie, like Rob Zombie wanted to make like him getting the jumpsuit and him getting the mask like make sense in his eyes. I'm like, well, it's like who cares how you got the damn jumpsuit? Who cares how you got the mask? Like, why is that a big deal?
I just don't like how he was a monster. Like, or he was like just so.
He was he was grunting. Yeah, he was grunting when he killed Joel Grizzly in the bathroom. He's like,
I think. Like who played him in this? Was it
Tyler Mane? Yeah.
I think Tyler Mane would make a great Jason. To be honest.
Yeah. Sabretooth.
Yeah. He's so big. God.
Yeah. But like I know that's Rob Zombie's vision, and just like I said, I don't care for his vision to begin with, But so yeah, this movie I'm not screaming and hollering because if we did this show back in 2007, I would be like throwing stuff around. I was you guys
ramming your head through a wall.
I was like when I saw this movie for the first time, I was livid. I was angry. I was like, fucking kidding me? Like,
you weren't the only one. There were a lot of.
I know I wasn't the only one, but I felt like a lot of people did like the movie at the time. Not everybody, but like a lot of people did like it. I don't know what people think now. So yeah, I hate this movie. I really don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Thomas, go next.
I mean, what more can you say about this piece of shit that hasn't been said before? I mean, I do think the sequel is a lot worse. Just the fucking like white horse shit. Yeah, this movie is garbage. This is one of the worst horror remakes ever. I probably say it's in my top 10 worst when it comes to like remakes.
Top 5 worst.
It's I don't know if top 5. I don't know, but
for me,
I know what your number one. I know what your number one is.
You talking about me?
Yep.
What's that?
Psycho.
That and Prime Night.
I know what your number one is, Rob.
What?
It's The Hitcher.
Psycho and Prom Night are pretty close for number one for me.
Yeah.
Actually, no. My worst remake is The Fog. That's like my worst.
Oh
remake.
yeah, that's pretty.
Another Carpenter film. Don't remake Carpenter movies.
I mean, here's the thing. This is loaded with a lot of good people in it. Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, Brad Dourif, Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah,
Brad Dourif
are in this movie, but
Dourif is the best character in the movie as the sheriff. Honestly, he's my favorite character of the whole movie, and he's not really in it a whole lot. But I mean, I like some of these kids. Like, I like Danielle Harris, I like Brad Dourif, and I like Malcolm McDowell. But it's just like they're just so wasted in such a piece of shit written movie. It's like, okay, first off, the main thing I really despise about the film is the white trash backstory. I hate the way they did the Michael Myers backstory. I just think it's just more subtle and more creepy.
Oh, okay. One thing I didn't mention, I hate the kid actor who plays Michael Myers. I can't stand him.
What's his name? Doug French.
He was in Hancock.
I know. That was my favorite scene in Hancock when Will Smith Will Smith should have slapped him. That was hilarious.
What's his name? Like Dag French?
Yeah, he's a rapper now, I think. He's not even. Oh, I didn't know.
Not that theme music for him.
I know, right?
But like, okay,
I think he's a rapper now. He's not even doing act.
Which is kind of funny. I never would have thought he'd be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like I didn't like the way that the way that Rob Zombie like wrote these characters. Like, it's Scout Taylor Condon just does not have anything on Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, and you know, and I love Malcolm McDowell as an actor, really great actor, Clockwork Orange, Blue Thunder, but he ain't no Donald Pleasance.
Nope,
he's definitely no Donald Pleasance, and I mean, as much as I think his Dr. Loomis is an asshole, I kind of blame that more on Rob Zombie's writing because I just don't think Rob Zombie really knows how to write like when it comes to like remakes, like especially. Rob said, he's really good at he's really good at making his own original material. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Personally, I don't think he's a good writer, period, but that's just me.
Well, he does better at like his own original stuff. Like
yeah, they're better. They're better, but like
he's got a unique style of directing, but writing, no.
And especially when you look at Lords of Salem, like it's very unique, like style.
Yeah.
And there is one good thing I will say about the film. There is one good thing.
Love hurts.
It's in the theatrical cut, and it's the way that Michael Myers escapes the institution. That's an awesome scene.
That's cringy when she's sitting there stripping and they play "Love Hurts" and she's like,
"Love Hurts." Yeah.
Camera. She's like,
it's a Rob Zombie movie, so of course Sherry Moon's got a.
And from what I understand too, isn't like Sherry Moon Zombie like not a fan of being in his movies?
Well, she keeps doing them, so I guess she is a fan.
I mean,
I got like 20 more minutes just to let you guys know.
She gets paid, so all right.
She gets paid and laid. She gets paid and laid, so.
Yeah, but this movie is a fucking hunk of shit. It can go fuck itself and burn in fucking hell. And making Michael Myers white trash. Yeah, fuck you, Rob Zombie.
Okay.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah. All right, you guys got anything else to say?
No.
Okay, I'll say this. You mentioned when he killed that bully kid in the woods.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Cortez.
Yeah. They never bring that up again. Nobody ever finds out.
Oh yeah, why would they? He killed his family then that same night.
Yeah, but like, he's like the country like, oh, he killed his family, but like they never ever bring up the other kid he killed.
I keep forgetting that
really no reason to.
I keep forgetting that Judith was Hannah Hall from.
I guess they don't kill that count, huh?
I keep forgetting that Judith Myers is Hannah Hall from Forrest Gump.
Right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I will say there was one part that made me laugh. Like it wasn't because I thought it was stupid. I thought it was like genuinely funny when they doing the whole Bob white sheet ghost thing again. He's like, "Hand me a beer, asshole!" And he literally has the beer in his hand. Like I thought that was pretty funny. So,
but still, why do the white sheet thing again?
I know, but I'm saying like he changed something about it. Like okay, he actually had a beer in his hand. I thought that was funny. Other than that,
fuck that.
Okay, stats.
All right, so again, we're continuing with the budget being around the same. So it had a $15 million budget, and it made the most money of any of the Halloween movies up to this point, $80.4 million. The tomato score, however, is 27, and audience score is 59. IMDb score is actually not bad, 6.0.
That's too high.
That's the only ones higher are Halloween 1 and 2.
Rob Zombie has a huge fan base, so Rob Zombie does have a huge fan base, so I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, I'm not even a Rob Zombie fan at all.
Because this was coming off Devil's Rejects, and most people love that movie.
That movie disturbed me.
You didn't like 31?
I didn't see it.
31 dicks.
31. That movie sucks. So anyway, since you said Halloween 2007 was a pretty big hit, we got a
I
sequel.
don't even have much to say about this movie because
I'll go first on this one.
Family is forever. Is
Family's
it
forever
really?
bullshit.
You-
Okay. Anyway, okay, I'll go first. There's nothing good about this movie at all. This movie is from beginning to end garbage. I do mean when I say like the best thing about the movie is the end credits because it's over and it's that
Is it?
bad. Yes.
Hey,
Not
is Octavia Spencer in this?
Yeah, she got
She's
killed in
the
the
nurse,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
she
before
won.
I even knew who she was.
That was before she won an Oscar.
Oh,
She had to
gets
do this
stabbed in
movie.
the back of the fucking head.
Yeah. This is where he grunts even more.
Eat that, Ma. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll get a Crossfire film. Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing works about this movie. The first 15 minutes is a fucking dream sequence. Was this cheap, lazy, and unoriginal? Lazy writing. It's stupid the way he escapes. Like they take his body, they accidentally run over a cow. Goes on for so long, it gets boring. The gore, it's just like okay, whatever. It's gory, cool. What? Nah, not really.
Yeah, they bank on it here. in this
None of
movie.
the characters are likable. Laurie's extremely likable in this movie. I can't stand her. She just shut the fuck up.
She's an
I
emo
know she's going through trauma, but still, it's like she treats everybody like shit. especially-
she's gothic in this movie.
Especially
She's
Daniel
Anakin.
Harris. Especially Daniel Harris, who survived. They brought her into their house, and she's
She's
not
cut
even
up,
appreciative, at all. She doesn't appreciate them
Her
for
cunt's
like
hot.
yeah.
Oh.
So, total bitch. Let's see. Michael Myers is a damn hobo. He barely wears the mask in this movie. So,
He likes farms.
yeah. So
He
yeah,
walks
he looks
farms.
like he's got to look like Rob Zombie too, because Rob
he
Zombie
does.
thinks like everybody's
I
got to
thought
look
it was Rob Zombie who played him at first.
like. Might as well been. And of course, he brings back his no good talented wife in it again, Sherry
She had a
Moon,
lot to do in this movie. She
as a
just
ghost. So yeah, so the reason why Michael Myers kills it all is because his mom tells him to. Jason Voorhees, anybody? Okay.
Yeah, but
wrong.
it doesn't make sense that Laurie sees the visions.
That's why. Okay, that's another thing. She's sexually connected to Michael Myers.
Yeah, fuck.
I
that.
don't know where. I don't know. Just like in Halloween 5, a movie that's so great, right, guys?
I can see how that makes Michael traumatized. Michael's traumatized, so he sees his mother who died. She shot herself.
Mhm.
He sees her because he's crazy, but it doesn't make sense that she does. Laurie, it doesn't
Yeah,
make
She
sense.
doesn't
that
even remember them.
sees
She was a
her.
baby when
He never
everything
knew
happened.
her.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that.
And
It's
yeah,
dumb.
and then of course we all know about the damn white horse supposed to mean like death or life or whatever. It's like never established in the first movie at all.
The meaning behind it is basically ride horses because that's that's a
Right?
good
Yeah.
thing.
And like this is also like Rob Zombie retcons his own damn storyline because in this movie where we see asshole Loomis having the clip of Michael Myers talking like, "Oh, your mom died, Michael. She'll be back." Blah blah blah. He stopped talking after his mom died, even before his mom killed herself in the first movie. Guess Rob Zombie didn't remember that part. Continuity, anybody? I guess not. Not even damn writer and director of this movie knows what he did in the previous movie.
Weird Al.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have to have Weird Al making a Mike Myers actor joke. Yeah, that's
This movie
great.
is-
I love Weird Al, but like he doesn't belong in a damn Halloween movie.
I struggled rewatching this.
Yeah.
Like, I struggled. Like
Yeah, I can't. This movie is unwatchable. Absolutely, from top to bottom. Side to side, everything. And which it depends which version you see, unrated or theatrical. The ending's a bit different at the barn. Right?
both endings suck.
Yeah, the theatrical like
Remind me of the. Well, I don't know which one I watched on the Blu-ray, so it's probably the unrated, right?
the unrated is the one where he takes his mask off and says "Die."
He's like, "Argh!"
Who's he stabbed? Loomis?
Loomis, yeah, he kills him. Then he gets shot by the police, and then Laurie comes out about to stab Loomis, and they
He
shoot
looks
her.
like a giant Gimli.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, that's the
unrated.
unrated. That's the unrated version.
He
Yeah.
looks like Gimli. From
What's
Lord
the
of Rings.
theatrical?
Theatrical is when they're all inside the bar. They never leave. Michael kills Loomis, and then he gets shot through the window, falls in like it falls like in like a I don't know what the hell it is, gets stabbed, and then Laurie stabs Michael after she says "I love you, brother," and she stabs him 10 times.
Then they play Freebird.
And then and then she comes out of the barn wearing the Michael Myers mask and she falls to the ground.
Oh
And
yeah, she wears.
she goes to the mental hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know this, originally Rob Zombie wanted Laurie to be the killer throughout the whole movie, and then the studio said, "Fuck that! It's gotta be Michael." So again, just like in Halloween 5, they wanted Jamie to be the killer. It didn't happen. I didn't say this in H2O. Originally, the friend, the actor who played Alan Parrish in Jumanji, little Alan Parrish, he was gonna be the copycat Michael Myers in H2O. They scrapped that. Rob Zombie wanted Laurie in this movie to be the killer. They didn't let him do that. So that's a good transition to when we get to ends. Okay, copycat.
I wonder how that would have turned out.
Yeah. So yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, and what's interesting? One of the final shots of this movie in the unrated version, you have Loomis, Michael, and Laurie all on the ground, dead. And I'm like, the three main characters of the franchise, all butchered, all ruined.
Then the fireworks go off.
Yeah. Rob Zombie took the three main characters of the franchise, ruined them completely, making Loomis an asshole, Bunny Grubby asshole.
It didn't make sense how mean he was in this movie.
Yeah. It makes no sense. And Michael Myers a hobo with mama boy problems, and Laurie an unlikable bitch. So, all
That's
dead.
it in a nutshell.
Thank you, Rob Zombie. I hate you. I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy in real life. So yeah, as you can tell already, I despise, loathe, hate this movie with every fiber in my being. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm not going to say anything. Everyone knows I hate this movie, and it's what has already been said has been said. This movie, like I said, I struggled to watch it, and I will never watch it again. That's it.
Yeah, me either.
Never. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Both versions suck. So Halloween Curse of Michael Myers looks like a damn Emmy-nominated movie compared to this. So that's all I'm saying.
And the train agrees.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god, I heard that. Yeah.
All right, Dan. What do you think about Halloween?
I did not see this in the theater. Did you see this in the theater?
I thought we did.
Halloween 2, no.
We didn't?
Wow, it was that bad.
I did not see it in the theater.
Maybe I think it was me and my wife.
It was that bad? You blocked that out of your memory.
Well, I just remember you brought it over to my house and you were like,
"Hey, Dad, let's watch this great movie."
You're like, I don't really care for this. And then you're like, you'll see why. And then it was like, honestly, like, if I had to say one positive about this movie, and I wouldn't even say it's a positive, the hospital stuff, if they would have actually done a remake of Halloween 2, and I don't mean a step-by-step remake. I mean use the premise of the hospital being the place.
Yeah.
That was okay. Like I actually when Laurie was in the rain escaping, and
it would have been more interesting.
That was tense, I thought. And then all of a sudden when it was a dream, I was like, what? And then you were like, yeah. You're like, yep. And I was like, what? And so from then on out, I basically agree with everybody. I mean, Loomis is on. No characters are likable. The white horse crap is stupid. Even there's even Michael's what he does is not interesting. So I just
roaming around farms and talking to a dead mom.
He's just walking the whole time with his hood up over his mask. Like, why would you even need your mask on then? If you have your hood up, why? What are you trying to? Are you just trying to be sneaky?
He's Grizzly Adams.
How do you even survive the gunshot to the face?
It scraped him.
He might as well not even have a mask because
even though in the end of the remake, the blood splatters all over Laurie.
Right.
Come on, man.
But I don't really have anything else to say either. But I thought the hospital thing may have worked for him, but they didn't go that route. So
you want to see a hospital setting done better? Go watch Halloween 2.
The real one, the good one.
Yeah.
Halloween 2, definitely.
Yeah, this one, not this Halloween 2.
Not this piece of shit.
Okay, I will say there actually is one likable character, and it's that old man that tries to help Laurie in the rain. Yeah, but that he's not real because that was a dream.
Oh, you talking about from Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but he doesn't count because he's not a real character because that was a dream.
Yeah.
So I guess that
Yeah,
eliminates itself.
right. That's good.
That's
That's good, Babinka.
so what Robert was trying to say, only in your dreams are likable characters possible.
Even the dreams are stupid.
Yeah. All right, Thomas, what are your thoughts on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Families Forever.
Yeah, Families Forever is bull fucking shit. And when it comes to this fucking franchise,
Corey's my new family member.
I'm mute.
I mean, what kind of a fucking piece of shit was this?
I
Like,
don't know.
seriously, like, who would have thought this was a good fucking idea to release this piece of shit?
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
Halloween 2 or Halloween Ends?
I mean, this is everything under the sun,
Halloween
and
Is worse.
you light it on fucking fire.
You
and
mean which one's better?
Yeah, which one would you?
yeah, like let's take
The
like
bottom?
like you said, Alex. Let's like
Mhm.
take the main
Wow.
characters of the main franchise and kill them off in bushes. Thank you, Rob Zombie. Thank you for raping this fucking franchise in the bunghole with with a fucking dildo with no fucking lube. Like you literally raped this fucking franchise in the goddamn asshole. You fucked up Dr. Loomis, who is a great character from Donald Pleasance and all that stuff. You fuck up Laurie Strode and made her an unlikable bitch. You made Loomis a fucking prick. You made Michael Myers talk to his fucking dead mama on a fucking white horse.
Also, like when Loomis like turns good at the end, I don't buy it whatsoever. It's like, oh, they made fun of me in this talk show, and then he sees the news, that Laurie's in trouble. Like, oh, I must save her now. Like, where did this change come from? Like, all of a sudden you're
Yeah,
good.
fuck
Actually, you
Doc-
care now.
fuck you,
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Yeah, fuck you, you prick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get that.
Like that. So. Also, like this whole like both Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are confusing. What timeline it takes place? Like it takes place in the 60s, 70s. What?
And I had no
No,
idea Michael Myers was
not-
a homeless hobo.
It's not. Yeah. I know Rob Zombie loves the 70s setting, but I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
why
this movie has gore, but what else? Yeah, but great. Like I can watch a bunch of other films that are much better than this piece of shit that have gore. Like if I want to see gore that's a good movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night, The Burning, so many other things that are so much better than this piece of shit. And those have better cast, better characters. And I remember when I first saw this way back in 2009.
Right.
This came out August of 09?
Yeah.
I remember I despised it then, but I feel like I despise it even more now that I'm much older and much into horror franchises than I was back then. And it's like you talk one of the most iconic characters in horror cinema history, Michael Myers, and this is what it's come to. Well, at the time when this is what it came to.
Yeah.
And then luckily in 2018, they brought that back and redeemed themselves a little bit for the time being up until, of course, they fucked it up with the last two films. But that's still better than what's anything. Like that Michael Myers is still better than anything in this. Like with this Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Like James Drew Courtney kicks the shit out of Tyler Mane. And I mean, I like Tyler Mane from X-Men and all that stuff, but goddamn, dude. I mean, what else can I say about this piece of shit that hasn't been said before?
I mean, the biggest problem is Rob Zombie. You know,
yeah, he's not the right fucking director,
right, or writer, for that matter. So, I mean, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay, no, you guys.
No.
Fuck this piece of shit.
I've said my piece. I just let it die.
Let it burn.
I don't mind. Not the best for this movie sucks. But
That's what I'm talking
The
about.
last one.
No, this one.
Oh, no.
I heard you saying like. I heard Dan. Dan, you were saying like, this movie or Halloween Ends. I'm like, dude, come on.
I'll admit, Halloween Ends.
I would rather watch this than Halloween Ends.
Oh my god.
Man, this ranking is going to be beautiful
Yeah.
when we do it.
Oh yeah,
right,
when we
all
get
right.
to the end.
Stats.
All right, so again, we get the same budget, 15 million, as the last like 3 or 4 movies. This one though made half of what the first one, the 2007 version, did. So 39.4 million. The tomato score is 23. So there's only that's pretty low. Actually, there's a few others that are lower than that, but the audience score is 44.
It's too high.
IMDb rating is a 4.8.
44. What the fuck? The audience?
What 44% for the audience score?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Again. Rob Zombie has a huge fan base, guys. You know, they're very dedicated and loyal.
Loyal to what? Shit.
Loyal to him and his wife. They think he could do no wrong. I guess. So yeah, that was the Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween 2007 by Rob Zombie, and Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. So
Funny how we talked about only one good Halloween movie out of the 4 that we talked about.
yeah.
Yeah, you had one in those movies. You know, you had one rose stick out of a garden of shit.
Yeah.
Started off so well.
So this era of Halloween for me was like the worst.
Well, when you finish off,
You get the Resurrection, you get the Rob Zombie's like, oh, dude.
when you finish off with Rob Zombie.
I remember
then
okay, I would say I know Rob, you said that like you struggled watching this movie. Like, yeah, like last time I saw it, 2007, 2009, like I really just like struggled.
But I mean, I didn't watch it for like the longest time. I mean, I'd see on TV or whatever.
I would watch Resurrection over the Rob
like,
Zombie movies.
I sat down like I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm just like, man, this sucks.
From the beginning, man.
I'm not one to always like. I'm not one to like turn off a movie. Like I'm not one to really do that, but I really, I really wanted to.
So I've only seen it twice. The first time you showed it to me, and the funny, you had to leave because you had a terrible headache, and so I watched the last half by myself.
That's right.
Why do you think he had a headache?
Maybe that's why. I've seen the movie twice now.
I had like a migraine. I remember that. I left.
Once you saw the white horse, like, fuck this.
Maybe he got. I don't know.
So far, out of all the movies that we've reviewed, like the biggest struggle for me to get through was Halloween 5. I really had a hard time getting through that movie. It was so boring.
I mean, that's
more than
that's rightfully
Rob
so.
Zombies 2?
Yeah, but again, I'd only seen it that one time, so it was like fresh. You know, it wasn't like I didn't know what was coming. Halloween 5,
fresh.
Halloween 5, I knew it was coming. I'm just like, God. I'm like, can this movie just move on?
I mean, I can see Halloween 5 being a struggle. It is.
Well, anybody in the chat or watch this video later, tell us your thoughts on the movies we talked about tonight or today, not tonight.
Yeah, I want to see if somebody actually
tell us tonight. We don't care about right now.
Tell me later. Yeah.
You like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
Do you like White Horse over water? Huh?
Do you like shit or do you like non-shit?
I haven't heard one person say they like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 the best.
No, maybe not that they like the best, but I've heard people say they like it though.
People are always gonna like garbage sometimes, just like Halloween Ends.
No, but I'm saying like
film.
the only Halloween movie to this day I've not really seen that much defending is Halloween Resurrection.
No.
Well, every other Halloween movie, even the bad ones, like there are people out of the woodwork that do come and defend.
Oh yeah, like Rob Zombies and
even the Rob Zombie ones,
So, yeah. No. Oh well.
Like, the only people who defend Resurrection is like, no, it's funny.
The next stream is going to be interesting, especially now.
The Blumhouse.
So join us for the next stream. We're gonna talk about we're gonna wrap up the Halloween franchise with the Blumhouse trilogy, and then we're gonna rank all of them.
Yeah.
Finally. So
are we gonna rank them in the same stream, or are we gonna do a separate video for a ranking?
Maybe a separate.
Because that's a lot of movies we got to rank.
Yeah, you're right. But we didn't go in. We don't have to go into depth in any of them. We already talked about all of them at this point. So we'll see. Okay, but just have your rankings ready. But when we go
I'll have to get my ranking ready.
I do need
a lot of movies to rank.
I probably do need to see Halloween Ends one more time. It is Peacock, so I have to get that. So yes, join us next time for the Blumhouse trilogy.
And
thanks for watching.
Subscribe to Dangertainment
Subscribe.
You want to be on Dangertainment, yo?
You know, Dangertainment went bankrupt in 2002. I wonder why.
Wait, Dangertainment went bankrupt?
In 2002.
You mean I won't have a chance to join?
No. It only lasted one season.
Well, fuck it.
It only lasted one episode.
It got canceled. I mean, like
It lasted
canceled,
about-
like
it
how,
lasted about a week.
well, canceled, like how cancel meant, like before, not
Cancel culture.
not that. It literally got low ratings, guys.
Michael, fuck
Cancel
off.
culture.
The only person who watched
Fuck
Dangertainment, okay, the only person who watched Dangertainment was Deckard. Okay, he's the only one.
Deckard, what a dumb name. From Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
And from Blade Runner.
And wasn't Deckard Ryan Merriman from Final Destination 3?
Yeah, that
He's
was
the
him.
Blade Runner, god damn it.
No,
Yeah.
he's the actor who played Deckard.
Deckard?
Yeah.
Dicker.
Blade Runner?
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye. It's like,
All right, trick or treat. All
My
right,
God, Rob is having a fucking seizure.
trick or treat, mother effers.